The semiconductor industry has long been a battleground for global technological supremacy, with nations vying to establish their dominance in this critical sector. In a recent development that has sent shock waves through the industry, China has announced a remarkable surge in its domestic chip production, potentially reshaping the global chip landscape and leaving the United States and Europe in a state of apprehension. According to a report by the South China Morning Post, China's total chip production in the first quarter of 2024 reportedly soared by an impressive 40%, reaching a staggering 98.1 billion units. This remarkable growth highlights China's strategic shift towards ramping up mature processes in semiconductor development, particularly in the face of ongoing export restrictions. The National Bureau of Statistics of China has revealed that chip production in the country grew by an astounding 28.4% in March alone, reaching a new all-time high of 36.2 billion units. This surge in production capacity is a testament to China's unwavering commitment to bolstering its semiconductor self-sufficiency. Driving factors: downstream demand and capacity expansion. The substantial growth in China's chip production is partly attributed to the robust demand from downstream industries, such as the thriving new energy vehicle NEV sector. In 2023, China's NEV production reached 9,587 million units, a year-on-year increase of 35.8%. Similarly, the country's smartphone production saw a 16.7% uptick in the first quarter of 2024. Alongside the growing demand, China's chip production capacity has been continuously expanding, with semiconductor plants emerging across various regions. The chip production volume in the first 3 months of 2024 is nearly double that of the same period in 2019, showcasing the remarkable pace of capacity expansion. Shifting focus to mature processes. The International Semiconductor Industry Association SEMI has released a global fab forecast report, indicating that China's share of global semiconductor capacity will continue to expand. This growth is driven by local government funding injections and other incentive measures, as well as a strategic focus on mature process chips. According to a report from the American think tank, the Center for Strategic and International Studies (CSIS), the U.S., restrictions on advanced chip technology and equipment to China have led to a shift in investment priorities. New semiconductor projects in China are now primarily targeting mature process chips, as the country adapts to the evolving geopolitical landscape. Researchers cited in the CSIS report suggest that the unintended consequence of U.S. export controls may result in a wave of state-supported investments in China's semiconductor industry, potentially leading to overproduction and allowing the country to dominate global traditional chip production. China's reliance on chip imports. Despite the impressive growth in domestic chip production, China still heavily relies on chip imports. Data from the General Administration of Customs of China shows that in the first quarter of 2024, chip imports to the country increased by 12.7% year-on-year, reaching 121.5 billion units. In contrast, chip exports grew modestly by 3% to 62.4 billion units, underscoring China's continued dependence on foreign semiconductor technology. It's important to note that a significant portion of the chips imported into China are designed by Chinese chip design firms but manufactured by overseas foundries. This highlights the country's ongoing efforts to develop its domestic chip design capabilities while leveraging global manufacturing resources. The geopolitical implications. The surge in China's chip production and its strategic focus on mature processes have significant geopolitical implications, particularly for the United States and Europe. The potential for China to dominate global traditional chip production raises concerns about supply chain resilience and technological independence for these Western powers. The CSIS report suggests that the U.S. export controls on advanced chip technology to China may have the unintended consequence of fueling a wave of state-supported investments in China's semiconductor industry. This could lead to overproduction and allow China to cement its position as a global leader in traditional chip manufacturing. The rapid expansion of China's chip production capacity and its ability to meet the growing demand from downstream industries could pose challenges for the United States and Europe. The risk of supply chain disruptions and the potential loss of technological dominance in the semiconductor industry are concerns that these nations must address proactively. Navigating the changing chip landscape. As the global semiconductor industry navigates this shifting landscape, nations and industry players must adapt their strategies to remain competitive. Collaboration, technological innovation, and strategic policy decisions will be crucial in shaping the future of the chip industry. While the geopolitical tensions may persist, there may be opportunities for international cooperation and knowledge sharing in the semiconductor sector. Fostering collaborative research, joint ventures, and technology exchanges could benefit all stakeholders, ultimately strengthening the resilience of the global chip supply chain. To counter China's rise, the United States, Europe, and other nations may need to intensify their investments in domestic semiconductor capabilities. This could involve supporting local chip design and manufacturing initiatives, as well as incentivizing the development of advanced chip technologies. China's remarkable surge in chip production has sent shockwaves through the global semiconductor industry, leaving the United States and Europe in a state of apprehension. This development highlights the country's strategic shift towards ramping up mature processes, driven by strong downstream demand and continuous capacity expansion. As the geopolitical landscape evolves, navigating the changing chip industry will require a multifaceted approach, involving collaboration, technological innovation, and strategic policy decisions. The future of the semiconductor industry is poised for a profound transformation, with the potential for China to emerge as a dominant force in traditional chip production.